Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at the Willpower Cup, and as you're gonna see here already, we have a new layout. I accidentally deleted my old layout, and so this is also the reason why this video is so much later. Yeah, I had to make a completely new layout, and hopefully you like this one. I still might change a little bit towards that one, but if you want to give me some feedback towards it down below, I would appreciate it. Anyhow, we're gonna take a look at the GOAT of VGC. We're gonna take a look at the best Pokemon in VGC. We're gonna take a look at that, Incineroar, a Pokemon that you maybe wouldn't really expect to be that great in the current format of the GO Battle League, but honestly has been quite a fantastic Pokemon for me. Why? Because it has quite a lot of play against the current meta. Having that extra fire type in the Willpower is actually such a cool thing for it, and honestly helps it out quite a bit. Which you're gonna see already in this matchup, because also the typing itself is going to be great defensively in a lot of scenarios. Like against Metang, you're going to be able to completely destroy it, and as you see as well, the Mercury comes in, and we're gonna be able to go for the full founder. Greninja is going to be next. We're going to have here the Mandibuzz in the lead. Sadly, there is no other Pokemon that works here other than Mandibuzz. I am not the biggest fan of Mandibuzz, absolutely not. But there's no other Pokemon that can do what Mandibuzz can do in this meta. Yes, there are other, what's called dark and flying type Pokemon, but none of them is going to be at a point where Mandibuzz is, because you're going to have matchups here, for example, like the Greninja, which if you have the Moltres, or if you're going to have especially the Murkrow, you're not going to enjoy that matchup too much, while here it is absolutely alright. We're going to have the Murkrow up against us now as well. We're going to have here again the no shield coming through. It's going to be the foul play coming in. And we're going to have hopefully our Incineroar, who is going to be able to win this battle here. Hopefully we're going to be able to go for the shield and fully farm them down afterwards, as this is going to do some nice neutral damage. As we will see here, we're going to catch the move onto our Mandibuzz, which will be able to take this hit quite easily. The Drill Peck is going to knock us out. And so now it's down to our Incineroar. We can overfarm by quite a bit. We have now 2 Brutal String stored, and with that we are going to be in a very solid position here. We're going to be able to go for another charge move there as well. This is going to allow us to get that KO, and then comes the Murkrow, which you can farm down. Claydol against us here is going to be again a very solid matchup, a matchup that you kind of want to be in if you're the Mandibuzz. In comes here the Rapidash, a Pokemon that is also going to be a bit more tricky for this team, as we don't really have a clear answer here, and I don't even think there is a clear answer to Rapidash in the current meta that really destroys this Pokemon. This thing has like so much coverage as well. It's always going to be kind of good here. Here I went for the wrong move against the opponent's Mandibuzz, and we barely do any damage, which is even worse for us. We can go to our own Mandibuzz, but we're still going to be in a little bit of a bad spot there. So yeah, we'll see what the opponent's going to do. They're going to go for the air race, that's alright. They're going to swap onto their own Claydol. That's going to be alright as well, because you're going to be able to take this fast move quite easily here. But not doing this, we're going to have, of course, also the super effective charge move coverage against the opponent as well, which is going to be fantastic, as we will see here as well. The charge move coming through, this foul play is going to be enough to get a little bit of damage at least against the opponents. They can swap out into our own Claydol. This is going to be an interesting matchup, because I expect the opponent going for a hard-hitting move here. It is going to be a Scorching Sand, so it's going to be the harder-hitting move compared to something like the Rock Tomb. But I don't really care too much about this, to be fair. And as you see as well, they're going to go into the Mandibuzz, which now has to take those Rock Tombs. And with that, this is going to be it. There is, nothing that they can really do here, because I guess they could still shield up. This is kind of what they want to do. But at this point, they were so far behind that they decided to forfeit there. Ponyard is going to be an interesting Pokemon. In comes as well our Claydol. This is going to be wild, as we kind of see as well the shield coming through. The shield here is going to come through here, and we're going to have, of course, the Exercise coming through there as well. We're going to get shielded by us, but we're going to have some great coverage here. The Rock Tomb is going to be very good against the opponent's Shadow Sableye next. They might be able, they're definitely able to knock us out here with another charge move. Foul play is going to be enough, but we can shield again and try to go for another charge move to try to either get the final shield or even the KO against the opponent here. With that Rock Tomb, we're going to get the shield here from the opponent. Or we can go into our Mandibuzz, trying to see if they're going to go for a charge move, which they don't. They rather decide to go ahead and swap out, keeping all their energy, which makes sense because they're debuffed twice actually. And they're going to have still, of course, this Pokemon here. And while they're not going to be able to win this matchup generally, they're just happy that they kind of had a little bit more damage onto us. But also they're kind of happy about Sableye still being around here forward. As you see here, the Dazzling Gleam is coming through. It's doing a lot of damage. I can go for the foul play, which is, by the way, the stronger move to go for no matter what circumstance, really, other than like if Dark is resisted and playing is super effective, but that's so rare. But yeah, as you can see here, we're going to have the next charge move coming through. That is going to be doing so much damage against the opponent's Claydol. We have the charge move coming in. It's going to be that KOing move. Can we still win this battle here? It's going to be now Claydol against Claydol. This is not really looking good so far. As you're going to see here, we are not going to be able to win this battle. And we can move on to the next one. We're going to have another Claydol and a Moltres coming in. Moltres is going to be a very interesting matchup here. I know they can definitely still take at least a Brave Bird. And I'm not too sure if they can basically take that afterwards. And so as you're going to see as well, Brave Bird is coming through. That's going to be the little bit harder hitting move here for the flying typing. But as you see as well, we're going to get them super low to the point where we've been able to even get the shield or the KO against them if I want to, if I just went for the charge move there, but it is what it is. As you can see here, we're going to have, I think, the Murkrow coming back in. We have the Aerial Ace coming through as well. This is going to get the shield from the opponent, and it's going to look quite solid for us. Is how we will have here, the charge move coming in. It's going to be the Drill Peck. We can have still our Incineroar, and what we will see is that this is going to allow us to get some solid damage against the opponent, doing a lot of damage here, super effective stab damage without Brutal Swing. In comes our own Claydol. Claydol is going to be a very, very important Pokemon here. Taking actually an Ice Beam, that's going to be interesting. Usually they're not running Ice Beam, but this is doing way more damage against us. And with that, we are going to be a bit more in a tough position, but as you see as well, we're going to be able to go for that charge move here to get the final shield. We are mostly able to still take a hit here as well. But yeah, we're going to still have to use a shield here rather instead. This is going to be the drill by coming through. We're going to be able to shield this move up as well. And with that, this is going to be a very good game. And with that, yeah, we can move on to the next one, where we will face a Claydol here. Claydol is going to be generally a good matchup for us, but honestly, yeah, especially with the change, I can say, areas, it doesn't really matter here towards Pokemon itself. But generally, it's not as great, really. You still should be able to win this as a man boss because you can take 2 hits. But finally, against the Shadow version, which we have as well on our own team, it's actually really not the greatest matchup there. Because then 2 Rock Tombs are actually enough to knock us out, which is kind of mad. So they can actually win this maybe if they play it perfectly in the like 2 shields or whatever, just going straight for the move. But anyway, we're going to have your mana boss against us now, which means as well we are going to be able to get a ton of energy here. We are going to be able to go for that Blast Burn, which is going to do so much damage, putting them into range where I can go for the full farm against the opponent. In comes as well that Claydol, which again has to take another hit here, and very, very likely is going to decide to use a shield here, exactly. And as we will see, we're going to have still, of course, our best answer, our mana boss. We have to keep Manabas alive, otherwise it's going to be a bit more tricky for us. As we will see as well, we're going to swap out here actually into our Claydol, just to keep this Pokemon alive as well. Scorching Sands coming through. We are going to be able to see the Annihilate coming in as well. And this is going to do a lot of damage. If this is going to connect, it's going to basically instant win us the battle, and it does connect. And so we are going to be able to win this one quite easily there. Ponyard is going to be next. It's going to be interesting as well. We have the Mana Boss coming in here as well. We can go for the Rock Tomb against the opponent. This is going to allow us to get the attack drop onto us. That's going to be cool. We're going to be able to take another hit here, and I think I definitely should be able to win the CMP tie. So what we will see is that we're going to be able to win this matchup as a Claydol against a Flying type Pokemon, which is kind of ridiculous. The Claydol is better than most Flying type Pokemon currently, but yeah, this is going to be something for a future rebalancing update. But as you can see here, we're going to have the Mana Boss against Mana Boss. It's going to be very good for us. What you kind of want to do in matchups like this is just to get energy for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're always going to be able to win this matchup. You're always going to be able to win the matchup there of Mana Boss against Mana Boss if you have so much health advantage already. But also, you can just get a ton of energy, which is going to help you out with any other endeavor afterwards. So, as you see, we're going to have the Mana Boss coming in. We are going to be able to take that shield up the area ace. And I'm not too sure if we actually would have needed to go for that. We maybe would have been just fine going for the other move there. But it is what it is. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for a bigger charge move here as well. This is going to be the aerial ace, as you're going to see, they're going to have in the back here the Eradicate. They were kind of spacing up some things a little bit here. The aerial ace could still do some solid damage against the Eradicate, I think. But let's see how things going to go here. We're going to have that charge move coming through the Hyper Fang, and we're going to try our best to go for another charge move here. This is going to be the aerial ace, and we can swap out of here into the Incineroar to knock them out. Incineroar here is going to still have, yeah, the power to knock them out, and we can move on. But before we can actually really move on, we're going to claim here a 5-0 set. This team went really well for me. 5-0 here is actually the first set I did with this team. I only went positive with it. It's a very fun team to run, especially with the Incineroar. So for sure, a climbing team for you. So yeah, if you want to climb in the current Willpower Cup, there's a good team for you. We're going to have here the Melma. We're going to have also the Hatterene. There is no real answer to it unless you have Metang or Bronzong. Those are the only two answers to Hatterene. Here, I feel like the Claydol actually still quite alright because I can just farm them down. And as we will see here, there's going to be a Rock Tomb coming through from that Claydol against the opponent Manama. As we will see now this time around, the Scorching Sands coming through. This is going to allow us to get both shields from the opponent, which is honestly like kind of the right thing to happen. But as you see here as well, we are going to be able to use a shield. We actually let the move go here, which I don't really agree with. But we're going to see as well that there's going to be still Incineroar against Incineroar in the back. It's going to be a bit of an interesting matchup. We're going to see here shields coming in. This is going to be quite wild. We have another charge coming through as well. This is going to be, again, doing some sort of damage. But yeah, this is going to be okay. We're going to see that the opponent had enough already. And we can move on to the next one, where we will see the Shadow Primeape in the lead, which is alright, but yeah, listen, here we're going to have the Cross Combo coming through. This is going to do a lot of damage. We are going to have the Violet coming through, which is going to be a bit more annoying as well in the situation that we're in. Because of course they can go for Dark Bolts. Of course they can always go for Dark Bolts. They're only going to go for the Body Slam bait here. What is steal there from them, but it's such a good Pokemon, Violet, right now as well. So yeah, as you can see here, the opponent is going to be able to still go ahead and go for another. Most likely it's going to be actually the Dark Bolts coming through. It's actually, yeah, it's going to be the Dark Bolts coming through here from the opponent's Zweilis. Yeah, interesting Pokemon. Also, it's another Shadow version available towards it. So, interesting there. But can we still win with Incineroar is the actual question. We're going to see the swap out into that Primeape. I'm going to try to catch the move here, but I'm actually going to be able to even go for my charge move in time. It's going to be massive. Knocking them out, having all the energy in the world, but they have a Lucario in the back. And Lucario is hardly in a position here right now where they can just go for the full farm down. And it's going to be just a bit tough if we don't even have a shield left. And so yeah, that's going to be a very good game. While Lucario usually is going to be a good Pokemon for us to deal with, not in the scenario we were in here. Second class battle, we're going to have again a very solid lead for us. We're going to have the Manabus against the opponent's Claydol as a swap out straight into the Rapidash. And again, we don't really have a great answer to this Pokemon. The thing is here for this Pokemon, it can learn High Horsepower, Mega Horn. I think there was another one as well that this thing can learn. It's just ridiculous though. Like there's like Wild Charge that this Pokemon can learn as well. It's just kind of wild. Like it's kind of wild on how much potential this Pokemon has still though as well. Like you can play it in so many different kind of roles. But as you see as well, we're going to have the Claydol still going to be one of the top meta Pokemon for good reason. We're going to have here Claydol against Claydol by action, which is kind of exciting of course. But as you can see here, we're going to be able to go ahead and go for the No Shield. And we are going to have here very soon the Necrozma, the Minimum coming in. And we're going to have, now, of course, that Hatterene in the back. Hatterene. But yeah, Hatterene is very close to getting down here, so which is kind of cool. The Psyshock is coming through, we're going to shield up. It is going to go down away the Fire Fang damage, and we're going to have the Claydol, which will be able to take 2 of those hits here. Going to be a brutal swing coming through, and we're going to be able to go for another charge like right straight away. This is going to allow us to get that final shield, and yeah, now Manabus just makes them quit. We're going to have here next up a very solid matchup. We have Airslash, of course, on our Manabus, which you know already. And we are going to have here a fighting type Pokemon against an Elite. Still, it is not going to be looking that pretty, especially if they know what they're doing. But as you can see here as well, we're going to have the Manabus coming through. That's going to be way better for us. This is going to be a very good for us as well. We're going to be able to get the area ace through here. And we try our best to go for as many neutral moves as possible. But as you can see, we're gonna have to use a shield here. Area is coming through, and we're gonna have another blast bomb, which is going to be quite one of the strongest moves that you can currently go for. Blast bomb is going to do so much damage here, knocking out this Pokemon, and we can go for another one. But I'm fairly certain it's going to withstand that power here. And as you can see as well, there is going to be a charge of coming through for foul play. Early morning. And as you see here as well, we're going to have the primer coming through here. That's going to allow them to go for a combat. And by the way, if I sound a little bit tired, I am very, very much tired. I was taking all day basically trying to figure out today on how to fix my background and stuff like this, but it is what it is. As you can see here, we're going to have the Mortis in the back. This is not looking too good for us at all. They got some route here as well in time. And with that, it's just basically impossible. As you can see here, the Brutal Swing coming through, it's gonna do actually some solid damage, but not a crazy amount. And as you can see, another Rock Tomb is coming through here. This is going to, this time around, actually knock them out, and with that, we're gonna be able to win the battle. So, yeah, good game to the opponent that's going to hit here, and I hopefully see you next time. But again, yeah, I've been very, very tired here right now. I'm gonna go to bed now. Bye-bye.